Instructional Coordinator with New Mexico Historic Sites, and I would like to welcome you to Fort Selden Historic Site in southern New Mexico. Now, as you can see, I am wearing my mask, but so that you can hear me clearer, I'm going to go ahead and take it off. Today, I would like to discuss with you one of the most common building materials in the world. And I also want to show you how to make a miniature version of one of those buildings using the materials at your own home. This is Adobe. Adobe is made out of clay dirt, sand, water, and an organic material such as straw or hay. Here in the United States, we use the term Adobe to refer to any bricks that are made out of mud. But this is actually one of the most common building materials in the world. In fact, 1 out of every 3 buildings is made out of dirt. And in this region, Native Americans were using adobes to make their buildings long before the Europeans arrived in the 1500s. But with the arrival of the Spanish, they brought new tools and techniques for building adobes. These included metal tools and wood molds such as ones that I have here. The Native Americans hand-formed their brick and used molds that they dug out of the ground. The best way to preserve historic adobe construction is to use the tools and techniques most closely aligned to the original construction of the buildings. And by preserving historic adobe construction, we can bring this art form into the future. All throughout New Mexico, we can see examples of how the different materials that people have affect the way the buildings look. Now I'm going to show you how to make your own miniature adobe bricks. It's easy and it's fun, and you can even do it if you don't have molds like I have here. You can use an ice cube tray, you can use a square-shaped cookie cutter, you can even hand form them yourself and dig a hole in the ground. For this, you're going to need a few things. You'll need some molds similar to what I have here or whatever you can find at home. You'll need some soil or sand and clay. Today I am using a mixture of clay and sand. You're also going to need some water, and you'll need some organic material such as straw, hay, or grass, and you're also going to need a small shovel or trowel or something to scoop with. I am soaking my molds in water so that they are wet before I put my mud mixture in. This will make it easier for me to remove the bricks from the molds later on. Now I'm going to combine this clay, soil, and sand mixture with some straw and just enough water to make a thick mud. You want your mixture to be about the same thickness as cookie dough or Play-Doh. It is always better to add less water at first and keep adding more water until you reach your desired consistency. If you add too much water, simply add more dirt to your mix. Now that my mud is mixed, I'll add the mud into my adobe molds and pack it tightly. Press hard and be sure that the mud has reached all the spaces of your mold. I'm going to brush off the top as best as I can so that the brick has 6 flat sides. I'm also going to remove any large pieces of straw that are sticking out of the sides of the brick. Before I take my bricks out of the molds, I'm going to go ahead and rinse my hands off. At this point, just gently remove the bricks from the mold. I now just have to let the bricks sit in the sun until they are dry. The size of the brick, as well as the weather, will impact how long they take to dry. Full-sized adobe bricks take several days to dry. They are also rotated as they dry. Here's my completed mini adobe bricks. In order to make your own mini adobe building, you'll need a lot of these tiny bricks. The first layer of bricks will determine the layout of your building. Make sure you leave enough space for your doorway as well as your window. Once you've got your first layer, pour a layer of mud mortar across the top. A layer of mud will sit between each layer of bricks. There needs to be enough mud to cement the layer of bricks above it in place. Be sure to level the layer of mortar before moving on to the next layer of bricks. The next layer of bricks should be laid using alternating joints. There's a chance you'll need to break a brick to size it properly to the layer below it. Continue this process until you have the height you desire for your mini building. You can add sticks to your roof and cover it with another layer of bricks if you want. Be creative. This is your building. I hope you have so much fun making your own adobe bricks at home. Thank you so much for joining me today. Goodbye.